It is I, once again, your chunky, funky monkey, Mr. Cinema Junkie, and I am here with a few little tidbits. First off, I finally got around to seeing this awesome movie called BEDEVILED. It is a Korean movie, and it is what I would call a Korean revenge flick. It is chock full of vengeance. And as I have said, no one does horror like the French. Well, nobody does revenge movies like the Koreans. So far, so good. Old Boy, Revenge, Lady Vengeance, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, and now BEDEVILED. And pretty much every one of them have this oh shit moment where you're just like, oh shit. There's very good stuff. Very good stuff. Awesome. The story is basically about this girl who's raised on this island, and she's subjected to all sorts of humiliation and basically treated like, I guess, like a slave in some respects. But she's married to she's married to this guy on the island, and he's just a total dick, and his mom is no better, and her mom kind of has this air of authority about her where she kind of calls the shots and says what goes, but at the same time she tells everybody, this is why you need a man around. No 10 women can do what a man does. Alright. They basically they make a living by growing, potatoes and harvesting honey, and they sell it to people who come in off the mainland. That's how they survive. But this girl basically does the brunt of all the work. The guy that she's married to has I think it's his brother, who systematically just takes advantage of her, has sex with her whenever he wants. He seems like a half-wit, but he's you can't be within 3 inches of anybody without grabbing their boob or their ass or something. Just completely, I guess, misogynistic would be a good word. And she has a friend visit from the mainland, from Seoul, Korea, who's caught up in her own crap. She's a kind of a bitch. She gets laid off from her job because she assaults a coworker. She is called in by the police because she supposedly witnessed a crime, and she doesn't want to cop to it. She doesn't want to get involved. So, being laid off, she takes a break and goes back to her homeland, which is this island, and she's a childhood friend of this girl. Well, when she's taken to task and her friend depends on her to kind of get her out of a jam, she kind of drops the ball and doesn't want to get involved again. So she pays the ultimate price, and from there on it just gets really, really deep, really fast. What I loved about it, though, was that they make you feel so much for this character. They make you feel so in touch with her that when she starts doing what she does, you can't help but cheer her on. It's like, yeah, hell yeah, get another one. She's going after everybody who's made her life shit. Okay? My only problem with this movie was the ending. And I don't want to give it away. I didn't like the way the movie ended. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But even that's forgivable. It is the director's vision. Who am I, right? Just a humble viewer. So, who directed the damn movie anyway? I had read up on it. I had, IMDb, checked it out. Chu Soo-jang was the director. If anybody's familiar with that, I'm sure Kevin MonkeyTube would be very familiar with who directed it. And it started. Oh God, the ghetto just came right out of me. It started. I liked it. It starred uh, Young Hee-soo, who was in the movie Chaser, if anyone's familiar with that. Both Chaser and Bedeviled are on Netflix streaming. If you have Netflix streaming, definitely check this movie out. Check out both of them, but Bedeviled, definitely check it out. You won't be sorry. A few nights ago, I'm really late to the game, but I finally watched Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight Rises. I have a 3-disc Blu-ray set that comes with all 3 of the Dark Knight movies. And Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. And I was really glad to have seen it, and I really liked it a lot. There were just like little tiny pieces where I was kind of like, eh. The big one was the cop that he meets, who's really into his. I hope I'm not giving this away for anybody. I really do. I hope I'm not. But spoiler alert, I guess. There's a cop that really supports the Batman and supports Bruce Wayne and the way he thinks and the way he does things. And you kind of get a hint who this guy is or who he is destined to be. So at one point in the movie, he drops these kids off, and he's signing some papers, and he drops these kids, I guess, at an orphanage or something. Yeah, I think Wayne Manor gets turned into an orphanage. Anyways, he's signing some papers, and he signs it in his name, and she says, and the lady says, "You should use your real name. It's a good name, Robin." Which I guess was supposed to make us go, "Oh shit, that's Robin. That's gonna be Robin. That's gonna be his sidekick." But if anyone knows the Batman story, Robin was the name given to his sidekick. It wasn't his real name. Robin didn't put on a mask and still use the name Robin. Okay, his name was Dick Grayson. And then there were other Robins after that. I know that, but none of them used their real name. Robin was not a real name. It was a nom de plume, I guess. No, that's not a nom de plume. That's a written name. Anyways, Robin wasn't his real name. Unless he becomes Nightwing, goes right to being Nightwing, and then there he could use the name Robin, I guess. I suppose. But no, that still wouldn't go in line with the story very much. Great job with Bane. Catwoman, I was very hesitant with that one. I was very like, oh man, Catwoman, really? Shit. And then when I saw who was playing it, I was even more like, oh no. But no, she did a good job. She did a really good job. I liked it. 1,000 times better than Halle Berry. Okay, I mean, come on, the Catwoman movie sucked. I'm sorry. Don't want to be mean about it, but it sucked. And for the first time in a long time, I got a little product deal to do for you. Has anyone heard of this? Rabbit TV. If you see the commercials on TV for it, it says, now you can watch local channels on your computer and watch 25,000 movies and blah, blah, bloody friggin' blah. It's advertised for $14.95, and you get 2 of them with an order. I bought this at a Walmart for $9.95 for one. Little deal you plug in, USB. Plugged it in. I was all kinds of happy. I was like, yes, watch local TV on my computer. And because the reception is kind of iffy at best sometimes. So I plug this in, I install it. It takes me to like the NBC, the CBS, and the ABC websites. And it only shows me TV shows that they have in their I guess their saved shows from previous seasons. Nothing current. Nothing like, oh, showing tonight on TV and on your computer. I thought it was going to be like something that tuned in TV stations digitally into my computer, but it's not. This is more of a gateway to things you would find on your computer by yourself, basically, on the internet. Crackle, Hulu, a few other website deals, but this is like, without having to go through the internet to search for these things, they're all located here. It's, like I said, a gateway to all these little things. Do not think for a minute you're going to be watching, like Rabbit TV has its own TV station that shows 25,000 movies. Whatever's out there to be viewed for free, whether it be Crackle or Hulu, or it didn't have YouTube on there, but you can see movies on YouTube as well. That's basically what you're watching on this. As far as TV stations are concerned, you're going to the TV station website and you're going through their archives of old shows. Nothing current. If you missed last night's episode of whatever and you think you're going to go to this thing and see, oh yeah, let me go check it out. Or better yet, if you think oh look, it comes on at 8 o'clock tonight. Remember, let's go watch this at 8 o'clock tonight so we can watch the show because our TV isn't getting reception. We'll get it through this. No, you won't. No, it's not like that. So I could very easily package this up, send it back to them, tell them give me my $10 back, but I'm not going to. Also, your $9.95 also gives you a year subscription to their service. You do have to be subscribed to a service, and that's what comes in the little package. You get a 1-year subscription. When that year is over, you can renew it for, I think, some ludicrous amount, like $50, $100, I don't know. But when you first plug this in, it gives you an option to re-up immediately and get a second year for $14.99. Don't get this, and if you do get it, just use it for the year and see how you like it. Forget about that $14.99 jazz, because Hulu Plus, which their programs have commercials in them, it's true, but Hulu Plus gives you everything that this can give you for $7.99 a month. Okay? Netflix streaming is $7.99 a month, and you get uninterrupted movies. And Hulu, you can also use the free service. Crackle, you can go to, I think it's free, and watch movies on your computer. You don't need this to do that. I haven't fully explored this yet, but I don't think it's going to hold any real surprises for me. If it does, my next video will be to update you on the surprise that is waiting for you in Rabbit TV. But as it stands right now, Rabbit TV can take a big leap right down the hole and never come back as far as I'm concerned. Fail, fail, fail. And in closing, I would like to say that our good friend Lori, Mad Puppet Death, has another channel if you haven't heard about this already. Lori is an awesome person, awesome YouTuber. I've talked to her off and on Facebook. Always been very cool, down to earth. And she always gets like really cool editions of movies and music and things of that nature. If you've ever seen any of her videos on Mad Puppet Death, you've seen like her Cinema Wasteland out and about, and the things she's gotten, and signatures and autographs and so on and so forth. And what I dig about her is that she also collects vintage, not vintage, but classic porno VHS from the golden age of porno. For me, like the 80s, 70s, 80s are like the coolest times because they actually made an effort to deliver a storyline. I'm not big on storyline. Let's be honest, okay? I'm a guy. You could just slap some sex on a tape and that's good enough for me. But there is something to be appreciated for those times of the 70s and 80s. Yeah, the acting was bad, of course. What do you want? Oscar nominees? Come on. It's porn, people. But the stories were sometimes ridiculous. They were sometimes semi-serious. I remember one porno, I can't remember the name of it, but I remember one that centered around a guy who fell in love with a girl who died of cancer. And they took it to heart. They really took it to heart, the whole storyline. There was nothing goofy about it, nothing silly about it. If they cut out all the sex, you'd have a Lifetime movie. It's true. So, and they would touch on some really iffy subjects like incest, Taboo 2, with Kate Parker. The girls back then were real. You didn't see a whole lot of plastic back then, guys. They didn't all look like they came out of a cookie cutter off of an assembly line. Those were some real chicks, and you had to appreciate that. So, she gets these kinds of movies, and she talks about them ever so often. She might get a signature from someone, maybe from, who knows, Sharon Mitchell maybe, or some golden age porn goddess. And I've always admired that. And now she has a channel to showcase just the porn collection. And the name of that channel is VHX Rated. VHX Rated. I'll put the link below. If you haven't heard of this channel, please go check it out and sub to it. If adult entertainment is your forte, and I do ask that adults only go there, but it's YouTube, so get your parents' permission. Yeah, go check her out, Lori. She's fantastic, and the Mad Puppet Death channel has always been very cool. So if you're sub to that, go check out VHX Rated. Very good stuff. Awesome stuff. That is it for me right now, guys. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Like I said, if I find any surprises on Rabbit TV, I will definitely let you know, but I wouldn't hold my breath. You guys take care. Peace.